Alright people, welcome back to Conquer and Commander. Today I'm going to be looking at the Power Hungry Commander 2013 pre-constructed deck, and I'm going to be talking about it in relation to multiplayer Commander. There should be a link in the video description to my article where I talk about things a little further, but basically what I want to do is go over this deck and just talk about some of the strengths and weaknesses, things I would cut, and what I would add. When I was playing this pre-con, I was a little surprised to hear that in a lot of people's opinions, this was the best of the pre-cons, of the new pre-cons, and in my experience, admittedly, the only other one I've played with is Eternal Bargain. The other one is better. I played probably a good 8 or 9 games with this deck, and I didn't win a single one. There's a lot of synergies, but they don't do very much in the deck. So really what the deck wants to do is to create tokens and sacrifice them for good effects. So let's look at our number one token maker is Prosh. And I did manage to commander damage 1 or 2 people out with Prosh. He's very good at making a bunch of 0/1 kobolds. The problem is you cannot depend on Prosh to make all your tokens. First of all, he costs 6 mana, and oftentimes more than that because of, the fact that he's going to die once or twice. So there are a couple other token makers in the deck. Let's take a look at them real quick. Endrick Sar was really good as a token maker. There aren't many huge dudes in here. Night Soil is good for Graveyard Hate, but you could also use the Golgari one, and I'm completely blanking on the name right now. Somebody remind me. It's a 1 green, 1 black, and you can remove a card in a graveyard to create a token. Jade Mage is good, although a little mana intensive. I would keep it in the deck. Ophiomancer actually turned out to be a lot better than I expected, Being able to sacrifice something every turn comes in handy, so I liked it. Primal Vigor, I did not like one bit. There's too many. What I'm going to do is yank over here all the cards I would take out. There are too many creature-based or token-based decks out there that would take advantage of Primal Vigor even more than you can with this deck, unless you really up your token-making ability. And I just don't see that happening. There's just too many people that can abuse this, and I don't like that it's basically a global enchantment that can bite you in the ass. So I would take that out. Next up, we've got Walker of the Grove, just a big dumb beater. He doesn't do enough. I'd cut him. Sprouting Thranex, it's fine. I don't know. I guess I'd keep it. It makes a couple dudes. Tempt with Vengeance, I never drew. Not a single time. However, I do like the ability that you can put a bunch of dudes with haste into play. It's just good. And so I would keep it for sure. There are not enough ways to make tokens in the deck. Ant Queen is a good one you could throw in there, even though it costs a lot. There's just a ton of different ways to make tokens. Even oh god, I'm just blanking all the token makers. You could even put Rakamar in here. It just needs more cheap ways to make tokens. Goblin Assault, the one that makes a goblin every turn. Just something to make more tokens. It needs more token makers. However, there's a lot of ways to sacrifice tokens in this deck. Carnage Altar, it's not the best, but it's good in here. Goblin Bombardment, solid because it's free. Golgari Guildmage, it's expensive to use, but if you sack a creature to return something to your hand, not bad. Quagmire Druid, sacrifice a creature to destroy target enchantment. It never lasted long enough. I would much rather just put like a Hull Breach or Frozen Grip, something that could just deal with enchantments right away. Scarland Thranex, it's fine, I guess. Stronghold Assassin, you get to kill dudes, okay. Tooth and Claw, sacrifice 2 creatures to put a 3/1 beast. No, it's just no. I mean, yes, it's a free sack outlet, but I never used it. It was never good in my deck. Shadow King Brothers, mana intensive. I only cast it like once or twice, and it never lasted long enough for me to use. I think it's probably worth keeping in the deck, but I don't know. It just wasn't very good. Fell Shepherd seemed like it'd be really cool, but it's 7 mana. It just costs so much. So I just think you can do better for it. Like Grave Titan. Grave Titan is perfectly fine. It makes tons of tokens. Elvish Skysweeper. Actually, I use this guy a lot. There's a lot of flyers out there, and you make enough dudes to sack a dude and kill a creature with flying. That's fine. Viscera Seeker, perfectly fine. Now, these are all your sack outlets, but over here are all your ways to actually, like, all the things that you can use to, or benefit from things being killed or sacrificed. Goblin Sharpshooter, pretty good. Stalking Vengeance, pretty good. Foster, I have new respect for this card. I didn't think it was that great before playing this, but you know, being able to kill off little dudes and then bringing other stuff into play. Part of the issue with Foster, though, is that you need bigger, badder creatures that do more. So like Thragtusk or something like that could be in here. Because if you Foster into a Viscera Seer or Scarlet Thrinax, that's not always the best. So, Deathbringer Thoktar, loved him. Sekuar. My problem with Sekuar, even though he has cool new art, is that it doesn't benefit if you have non-tokens die. Now you can, you know, build your deck to be more Sekuar happy and friendly, but the way it is right now, you're going to be making a bunch of tokens, and recurring and killing non-tokens isn't going to really be worth it for you. So let's take him out. Blood Rites. You know, you've got Goblin Bombardment. This is just expensive. I never liked it. I didn't like it. Any other free sack outlet you may have, like Phyrexian Altar or something like that, feel free. Mass Mutiny was fine. I mean, it's not the best. I don't know. The idea behind Mass Mutiny is you steal the best creature from each of your opponents and then sacrifice them to Prosh or something like that. Or any sort of sack outlet you have. But obviously Insurrection's better, but it costs more. So I'll leave that up to you. I guess I could leave that in. Jund Charm. Now this is all my destruction, ways to blow crap up. Sudden Demise, not bad. My problem with Sudden Demise is that it's not instant speed. There's a bunch of instant speed versions of this online right now, like Rolling Thunder and stuff like that. I mean, it's fine. I don't know. Capricious Efreet, a fun, goofy card. Doesn't always kill what you want. Deep Fire Elemental, good at killing opposing tokens. Yeah, it's worth keeping. Inferno Titan, obviously awesome. Spinovish Saw. Obviously, you want to combo this with the Shattergang Brothers. But what I would do is include the land, the Phyrexian land that you sacrifice an artifact to gain 1 life. And I'm blanking on that right now. So that's another one. Jesus. But I'd keep it. Silklash Spider, good. Vile Requiem, not good. Just never lasted a turn. Plague Boiler, you know, if you... Part of the problem is there's not really many global sweepers. Damnation, you know, Oblivion Stone, all those kind of cards are better. If you're desperate and you can't find those cards, I guess keep it in. But basically you need 9 mana to blow things up right then. Or more, I don't know. Rough and Tumble is fine. It's not the best. But again, if you have something that deals like Magma Quake, it's going to be better almost like 90% of the time. Jund Charm, pretty good. You know, exiling graveyards is fun. Mana Help. Alright, so we've got Scourge-Tribe Elder, Obelisk of Jund, Spoils of Victory, Restore, and Armillary Sphere, and Soul Ring. Restore, you cannot depend upon to actually ramp you, because you will have games where nobody puts lands in their graveyard early on. in which case you're just going to be sitting there with a dead card in your hand. It's a fun card, but it's too random for my taste. I would much rather have Explore or Farseek or any of those kind of cards. Spoils of Victory, again. Cultivate and Kodama's Reach are better. Period. Obelisk, put in Darksteel Ingot. And actually, I would probably put in Kodama's Reach, Cultivate, and Skyshard Claim. Is it Skyshard Claim? The other one that grabs 2 forests and puts them into play. There is a little bit of recursion in here. Reincarnation, Huatuo, and Stronghold Rune. The problem with Huatuo is that this is your only card draw card. Fecundity. The deck needs more card draw. It needs Phyrexian Arena. It needs Hunter's Insight. It needs something. It just needs more card draw. It needs a Decree of Pain. It needs Necropotence even. I don't care. Just get more card draw in the deck. There's just no card draw whatsoever. And freaking Jar of Eyeballs, which appreciates it when things die, isn't enough. It's just not enough. It's mana intensive too. It takes 3 mana to do that. I'm not a big fan of Jar of Eyeballs. And then on top of that, Fecundity helps your opponents. So just add some card draw, please, 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 please. You'll be much happier. All right, now let's look at our random pile. Swiftfoot Boots, good card. White of Precinct 6 could sometimes become a 6/6, 5/5, like 8/8. Is it good enough? No, it's not. Deathrite Shaman's better. Hooded Horror, crap, hate this card, take it out. Terra Ravager would be good if either it had any sort of evasion or trample. Now, Dirge of Dread is actually a really good card, and I enjoyed it a lot. But Terra Ravager definitely needs more help, and it's a crappy blocker. I would take it out. Hunted Troll, I don't know what the hell this card is doing in here. It's awful. Take it out. Brooding Saurion, if you're really worried about people stealing stuff, fine. Endless Cockroaches, good for recursion and stuff like that. Widespread Panic, nice hate card. I'd keep it in. Furnace Celebration, paying 2 is a pain in the ass, no. Skull Clamp, the deck needs Skull Clamp. Get Skull Clamp in the deck. Curse of Shallow Graves, Curse of Predation, Curse of Chaos, awful. God awful. The deck has 39 land in it, and right now, if we look at the stats, the average CMC is actually 3.59. It's really heavy in the 3 area. That's fine. You know what? If you can add a bunch of utility cards, Artifact Mutation, I had that used against me, you can go ahead and throw it in here. There's a bunch of different, Hull Breach, all those kind of stuff. Card draw cards, 39 lands. I'm fine with the land count. I would just add whatever dual lands you have to help out. It's got Kerr Keep, which is good. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you'll have Ophiomancer out there with Viscera Seer, and I mean that's cool, but it doesn't really help you win the game per se. So like I said, big things are card draw, more token producers, and a little bit of help with the with your mana fixing. And you just pulling out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I mean, I'm pulled out 18 cards here that you can use to fill in all those holes. Graveborn Muse, Bloodgift Demon, all help with card draw. Skull Clamp, please, for the love of God, Skull Clamp needs to be in this deck. So like I said, the deck is okay. I never won a game with it. I guess that could be pilot error. I don't know. But I was expecting a little more. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this overview. Thanks.